It started with a single leak. One document. One blurred scan. One midnight upload that dropped onto the internet like a nuclear bomb. And within minutes, the world realized, this wasn't gossip. This wasn't rumor. This wasn't a harmless celebrity misunderstanding. This was the kind of truth that destroys careers, families, dynasties. The file didn't just question Erika Kirk's marriage. It obliterated it. Before anyone could blink, Twitter was on fire. Reporters were screaming into cameras. Influencers were crying on live stream. Fans were fighting in the comments like a digital civil war. Because the leak didn't claim Erika had secrets. It claimed her entire marriage was a manufactured operation. Arranged. Orchestrated. Engineered. A partnership not built on love, but on power. On influence. On control. And then the real shock hit. Those documents weren't supposed to exist. They came from deep inside a system no one was ever meant to expose. A system built to create, manipulate, and replace public figures at will. Suddenly, Erika's silence wasn't just suspicious. It was terrifying. Why wasn't she speaking? Why wasn't she denying anything? Why had she vanished into thin air the moment the documents surfaced? Because insiders say this leak wasn't an accident. It was a warning. A threat. A declaration of war. And the person who exposed Erika might not just know her. They might be coming for her. The moment the leak surfaced, the world didn't just react. It convulsed. It shook like something ancient and buried had finally clawed its way to the surface. People thought they were witnessing a celebrity scandal. They didn't realize they were witnessing a systemic collapse. Because the first round of documents wasn't the bomb. It was the fuse. A fuse that led into a labyrinth of secrets so engineered, so calculated, so cold that even seasoned analysts hesitated to speak them aloud. By sunrise, the internet had already transformed the story into a global manhunt. Not for Erika. Not for Charlie. But for the architect behind the life Erika had been living. Insiders began whispering. Leaks began forming. Screenshots multiplied like wildfire, each more twisted than the last. One advisor's note spread faster than any headline. Emotional compliance still inconsistent. Continue conditioning. People read it. People froze. Because this wasn't marriage. This was control. Clinical. Mechanical. Chilling. Then came the audio files. Short clips. Staticky whispers. But unmistakably real. A man's voice, low and deliberate, said, "Marriage is influence. Influence is currency. Control the marriage, control the narrative." The internet erupted. This wasn't scandal anymore. This was strategy. Weaponized intimacy. Engineered partnerships masquerading as love. And while the world screamed for answers, Erika stayed silent. Her silence became gasoline. Every hour she didn't speak, the fire grew hotter, louder, more destructive. People demanded explanations. People demanded denial. People demanded something. But nothing came. And in the world of public chaos, silence is the most dangerous confession of all. Then another leak surfaced. A private message from someone allegedly inside the Kirk family circle. She doesn't know half of it. If the rest drops, they'll bury her before noon. The internet convulsed again. What rest? What secrets? What could possibly be worse than arranged influence? Journalists sprinted toward the story. Bloggers abandoned sleep. Podcasters went live with trembling voices. And then one more shock emerged. A former aide appeared in a pixelated video with his voice distorted. He said Erika's marriage followed a timeline, not a romance arc. The world leaned in. He described meetings scheduled before Erika even met Charlie. He described emotional evaluations. He described rehearsed interactions that were designed to look spontaneous. He described a story crafted before the actors even knew their lines. And then he said the line that detonated everything. She wasn't the only one groomed. Silence. A dreadful, breath-stealing silence. What did that mean? Who else had been chosen? Another partner. Another puppet. Another controlled life waiting to be exposed. Speculation exploded. People formed theories. People pointed fingers. People dragged every political family into the conversation. Screenshots of old photos emerged. Clips of interviews resurfaced. Body language experts dissected every smirk, every glance, every touch between Erika and Charlie like archaeologists examining ancient ruins. And then a new shock hit. A document labeled Succession Parameters, Confidential. This one was darker. Colder. Almost inhuman. It listed emotional thresholds, behavioral triggers, predicted stability curves. It treated Erika not like a person, but like a prototype. People were horrified. People were fascinated. People were obsessed. But the next leak was the one that broke the narrative open. A digital memo, allegedly from a strategist deep inside the operation, stating, current pair trending unstable. Initiate monitoring protocol for secondary candidate. Secondary candidate. Two words that shifted the entire scandal onto a new axis. There wasn't just someone before Erika. There wasn't just someone after her. There was someone waiting. Someone selected. Someone groomed. People demanded to know who the secondary candidate was. No answer came. Theories spiraled out of control. Some claimed it was a rising conservative influencer. Some claimed it was a political intern spotted near Charlie's team months earlier. Some claimed it was someone from Erika's own childhood circle. The internet divided into camps. Each more convinced than the last. Each more vicious in their certainty. Meanwhile, Erika still hadn't spoken. Her silence transformed into a storm. It swallowed entire conversations. It consumed media cycles. It drowned out every other headline in the country. Then, at 10:14 a.m., everything shifted again. A video leaked. Surveillance footage. Grainy. Distorted. But unmistakable. Erika in a private meeting room. Face pale. Hands trembling. Eyes filled with something no one had ever seen from her before, fear. Across from her sat Charlie. Leaning forward. Desperate. Panicked. Their conversation had no audio, but their body language said everything. Erika slamming documents onto the table. Charlie grabbing his head. Erika pacing. Charlie pleading. Erika pointing at the pages. Charlie shaking his head violently. Someone added captions based on lip-reading analysis. You knew. No, I didn't. You let them evaluate me. I tried to protect you. You lied. I loved you. You were supposed to choose me, not them. The internet collapsed into chaos. Because this wasn't a reenactment. This wasn't speculation. This wasn't rumor. It was the first real proof that Erika and Charlie's entire private world had already been cracking long before the leak. People debated the footage endlessly. Was it real? Was it staged? Was it planted? Was it edited? But then one more detail surfaced. A shadow in the doorway behind Erika. Mara shook her head. No. I found you because they're tracking your locations. Both of us. We don't have much time. Erika stared at her, fury and confusion colliding. You knew about this. You knew everything. Mara stepped forward slowly. I knew parts. But I didn't know how deep it went until they tried to replace me too. Erika's voice cracked. You were the replacement. You were supposed to take my place. Mara looked shattered. I was trained for the role. But I didn't know what they did to you. And once I figured it out, I couldn't be part of it. Erika didn't respond. She couldn't. Because even if Mara was telling the truth, the betrayal ran too deep. They're coming for the drive, Mara whispered. If they get it, everything disappears. The documents, the plans, the candidates, every trace vanishes forever. Erika clenched the flash drive in her fist. What's on this changes everything. I know. Mara nodded. And that's why you're not safe. The sound of footsteps echoed from the street behind them. Heavy. Fast. Deliberate. Mara grabbed Erika's wrist. Come on. We have someone we need to meet. Erika hesitated. I don't trust you. You don't have to, Mara said. But if you stay here, you won't make it out. They ran. They cut through alleys. Crossed streets. Blended into crowds moving in 1,000 directions. Within minutes, they slipped into a dim cafe off a quiet side street. The place was nearly empty. Just a barista, one older man reading a paper, and a woman sitting in the corner with her hood pulled low. Mara led Erika straight toward her. The woman didn't look up. Not until they were standing directly in front of her. Then she lifted her head. And Erika's entire world tilted. She recognized the face instantly. She had seen it in old articles, in political forums, in archived photos from years ago. A woman once praised as the next rising star. A woman once positioned for a meteoric, unstoppable influence career. A woman who had vanished without explanation. Candidate A. She pulled down her hood, eyes sharp, almost predatory. You finally made it, she said. Erika's voice trembled. You're real. Candidate A smirked. I'm more real than the life they built around you. Erika's throat tightened. I didn't ask for this. I didn't choose any of it. Candidate A leaned forward. No. But you lived it. Just like I did. Erika swallowed hard. What happened to you? Candidate A's expression hardened. They erased me. Silence fell between them. Mara slid into the seat beside Candidate A. We don't have long. They're already sweeping the area. Candidate A nodded. Then we tell her the truth now. Erika flinched. Tell me what? Candidate A studied her, eyes clouded with something between pity and rage. You weren't chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because you were predictable. Because your childhood was controlled. Because your emotional responses were measurable. Because your compliance scores were high. Erika shook her head. No. No, I'm not some test. You are, Candidate A said. So was I. Erika gripped the edge of the table, fighting to breathe. And Charlie. Was he a test too? Candidate A hesitated. That alone was enough of an answer. Erika felt her chest twist in pain. He loved me. He actually loved me. Candidate A's voice softened in a way that hurt more than cruelty. He loved the version of you they conditioned him to love. The words hit like a blow. Erika's vision blurred. Her heartbeat roared in her ears. What do they want now? She whispered. Mara exchanged a tense look with candidate A. They want the experiment buried, Mara said. And they want you neutralized. Erika blinked. Neutralized? What does that mean? Candidate A leaned in close. It means replaced. Erika's stomach dropped. Candidate C. Both women nodded. Who is she? Erika demanded. Tell me. Candidate A's expression shifted, fear flickered behind her eyes. She's closer to you than anyone. She's watched you longer than anyone. She knows your patterns. She knows your weaknesses. She was raised for this moment. Erika's breath seized. Raised? By who? Mara whispered, by the same people who raised you. Erika froze. No, she breathed. No. That's not possible. Candidate A placed a trembling hand on the table. They didn't just groom you, she whispered. They groomed your counterpart. The successor. The shadow version of your life. Erika's nails dug into her palms. My counterpart. Who is she? Before either woman could answer, the cafe door slammed open. Two men in dark suits entered. Not tourists. Not customers. Not civilians. Agents. Candidate A's voice cracked. They are here. Mara grabbed Erika's arm. Whatever happens, don't let them take the drive. The agents stepped forward. Erika Kirk, one said. You need to come with us. The older man, with the newspaper, slowly stood from his seat. But he wasn't an old man. He pulled off his glasses and murmured, she already knows too much. The cafe went silent. And Erika realized, this wasn't an arrest. It was an extraction. The cafe froze in a silence so sharp it felt like a blade pressed against the air. Erika couldn't move. Mara couldn't breathe. Candidate A didn't blink. The older man, no longer pretending to be harmless, stepped closer, slow and deliberate, like someone approaching a witness they couldn't allow to walk away. You shouldn't have come here, he murmured. He wasn't speaking to Erika. He was speaking to Candidate A. She stiffened. You lost control of the experiment, she hissed. You don't get to silence me again. The man tilted his head. You were never supposed to return. Erika's pulse hammered against her ribs. Every instinct screamed at her to run, but her legs refused to move. The agent behind him took a step forward. Mrs. Kirk, please cooperate. Erika's voice cracked. Why? So you can erase me too. No one denied it. That was answer enough. Suddenly Candidate A slammed her hand on the table, making everyone flinch. You lay one finger on her, she snapped, and I will release everything. Every file. Every recording. Every name. The agent smirked. You think you're the only one with backups. Mara grabbed Erika's hand under the table. Listen to me, she whispered. We can still get out. But you have to trust us. Erika wasn't sure she trusted anyone. But the alternative was letting these men drag her into the same black hole Candidate A had vanished into years ago. The older man nodded toward the door. Take them. Candidate A stood abruptly, knocking her chair backward. You touch her, she repeated, voice trembling with fury, and you ignite the entire network. Do you want every engineered partnership in this country exposed? The room went deadly still. Even the agents faltered. She wasn't bluffing. The man sighed, annoyed. You were always more trouble than you were worth. Candidate A's lips curled. Funny. They said the same about Candidate B. Erika felt the words stab straight through her. Then the older man turned. Erika frowned. Who? Candidate A didn't slow down. Someone who was supposed to be erased before I was. Erika's heart lurched. There was another candidate. Yes, Candidate A said. The original. Erika stumbled. You said you were the first. I was the first successful model, Candidate A corrected. But not the first attempt. Erika's breathing turned shallow. What happened to her? Candidate A glanced back at her. They underestimated her. Mara pushed Erika forward. We don't have time. They can track us. We need to keep moving. They rounded another corner and froze. 3 black SUVs were parked at the end of the street. Engines running. Doors open. Agents lined up. Waiting. Candidate A swore under her breath. They're cutting off exits. Erika clutched the flash drive. If they get this, everything is gone. Mara whispered, they won't get it. Not if we split. Erika turned to her sharply. No. I'm not leaving you. Mara smiled sadly. You may not trust me, but I'm the only one they won't eliminate on sight. Candidate A grabbed Erika's shoulders. Listen to me, she said urgently. Candidate C is real. She's active. And she's going to reveal herself soon. Your only chance is to expose the truth before she replaces you entirely. Erika's voice cracked. Just tell me who she is. Candidate A looked at her with devastating sorrow. You already know. Erika shook her head furiously. No. I don't. Yes, Candidate A whispered. You've always known. You just didn't realize it. The agents began advancing. 10 steps away. Mara shoved Erika toward the opposite alley. Go. Candidate A ran in the other direction, drawing the agent's eyes. Erika sprinted alone, lungs burning, vision blurring, heart pounding against her ribs like it wanted out. Behind her, voices shouted. Tires screeched. Sirens wailed. Her phone buzzed again. Another anonymous message. A single sentence, she's coming for you. Erika stopped mid-run. She looked around the empty alley. Her pulse thundered as she read the second message that came in instantly after. Candidate C knows where you're going. Erika typed back with trembling hands. Who is SHE? 3 dots appeared. Then vanished. Then appeared again. And finally, the answer came through. A name. A name Erika hadn't heard in years. A name that made her knees buckle. A name that turned her blood to ice. A name that made everything make sense, and nothing make sense at all. And the moment she read it, she dropped the phone. Because Candidate C wasn't a stranger. She wasn't an intern. She wasn't a political figure. She wasn't even part of Charlie's team. She was someone far more dangerous. Someone who had been watching Erika since childhood. Someone who knew her better than her mother. Someone whose life had always intersected with hers in ways she never noticed. Someone whose absence Erika always felt, but never questioned. Someone who wanted everything Erika had been given. The message displayed one final time, before the phone shattered on the pavement. Candidate C is your sister. If you're still here, then you already know this story isn't just shocking. It's dangerous. It's unraveling in real time, and every new piece we uncover pushes this deeper into a world no one was ever meant to see. And right now, you are part of the investigation. Your voice, your theories, your pressure on this story are the only things keeping the truth alive. Because the people behind this experiment are scrambling. They are panicking. They are trying to shut down every leak, every witness, every trace. Which means one thing. If we don't stay loud, this disappears. Erika disappears. The entire operation disappears. So here's what you need to do before they silence the narrative. Hit like right now so the algorithm pushes this story further than they can bury it. Drop a comment with your theory about Candidate C, about the experiment, about the sister who was trained to replace Erika from the shadows. Tell us what you think happens next, because your comments shape the next chapter of this investigation. And most importantly, subscribe. Not later. Not eventually. Right now. Because the files we're about to uncover next are darker, riskier, more explosive than anything we've shown so far, and you do not want to miss the moment the truth breaks open. If you don't subscribe, this story moves on without you. And trust me, the next revelation is coming fast. Faster than anyone is ready for. Stay here. Stay watching. Stay alert. The real war is just beginning.